Hey guys, how everybody doing today?
Wonderful.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Glad everybody is doing amazing. Glad everybody is doing wonderful. Also, let me go ahead and record. Boom. We got 12 people on the call. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome,
Mhm.
guys. So yeah, before we get started, let's go ahead and talk about, talk about our week. Do we have any wins? Anybody accomplish anything this week? You guys want to talk about? It could be anything small before we today. The topic today is going to be mainly focused on what to do to properly before setting up your LLC, right? Which is what we touched on a little bit last week, but it was the Thursday call, so we ain't really like dive deep in. But today we're gonna be diving deep in. So if you guys have any questions while I'm going through over everything, you guys can go ahead and feel free to ask. But in the meantime, anybody got any wins you guys want to talk about?
Nope.
How you doing, Sasha?
What up?
I see you on the call today. That's good. So that you got some wins you want to talk about?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we you just got started with your process, so you know. Andrea says she set up her LLC. That's a win. You got your LLC back. That's a big win. So you was you able to structure everything out properly in the correct way?
Yes, thanks to your help.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So yeah, so you're pretty much in the position. Your credit is already good. So the next step for you, Andrea, would be getting access to capital. So we're currently in the works with that right now. My team should have reached out to you today, or if not, they're gonna reach out to you tomorrow. But like I said, everything for you is good to go. Your credit is good. You're literally at the finish line. We just got to push your application through now to get you access to that capital. So that's a big win. All we was always missing was a brand new LLC for you. Wish we just got that accomplished. So that's a huge win. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Randy said sent them letters out to get those hard inquiries off. Just waiting on them to call off. It's been about a week now. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, Randy, you are somebody else who's also at the finish line. So all we need right now is that inquiries to come off. Credit is good, credit limit is good. History is good. So pretty much all we need, Randy, is them inquiries to come off and we send it through your application. So that's huge. Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Anybody else want to drop anything in the chat?
You guys, Build Wealth Academy nephew came
Hey.
Tuesday, 2/11. I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent well wishes 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Congrats, man, on the new member to the family.
Yep, eight
Congratulations.
pounds.
8 pounds. Oh my God. That's eight. I like that. 8 pounds. And he's
Power number, huh?
that's a
Yeah, that's your
power
number,
number.
right?
Yep. That's a power number. So you got a good child on your hand for sure. When was he born? What's his birthday?
2/11. 2/11.
211. He's gonna be a great one for sure. He's gonna be very influential for sure. That's a you have a you have a you yeah, you have a blessing. God definitely bless you. So Congratulations, my brother, man. Congrats. Congrats. I can't wait to meet him too.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, for sure. I might have to bring him to Atlanta or something like that. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, next time you come into Atlanta, bring him for sure, man. Bring him for sure. Would love to meet him because that's gonna be a great he's gonna be a great man for sure. 11, because with me, I'm like I understand numbers. So I know how things go. 11, he's gonna be very influential. He was born on the 11th. He's gonna be very, very, very influential. Very smart, influential, smart. A lot of people are gonna draw to him. He's gonna help change a lot of people's lives. So, man, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. It's a blessing for sure. Let's just guess. Awesome, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. D-Line. What up, D-Line? How you doing? Hope all is well with you, my brother. Myron say I sent out my letters today. What letters was that, Myron? Myron, you say you sent
Oh,
out your letters today?
yeah, that was that car loan.
Oh, okay, okay. I bet. So, yeah, because I know we just spoke last week. You just needed a few more things to be able to send the letters out. We got that taken care of. So,
Yeah, we did all that, and then I sent them out today.
most definitely, most definitely. For you, your credit already where it needs to be. It's just, a few things that we got to take off, and then you'll be in a position to get access to capital. So, um, we almost at the finish line for sure. Almost at the finish line. Alrighty, before we get started, anybody else want to what percentage did you say was a good spending limit for credit cards monthly? I mean you want to keep it underneath 10% for sure, right? You want to keep that underneath 10%. You want to keep your utilization underneath 10%, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to make it look like you need the money, right? Once the bank feel like you don't need the money, that's when they want to give you more money, right? So, um but if you want to increase your credit limit, here's a hack. If you want to be able to increase your credit limit fast, let's say you have a low balance credit card, right? And let's say you have what, $300 on that credit card, right? If you want to increase your spending limit in like less than 3 months, all you got to do, use up the entire 300, but make sure you pay it back before the reporting period. Right. What that's gonna do is gonna show that, it's gonna show the banks that you need a higher limit because they're like, okay, you don't really need our credit card because you're using everything and then you're paying it back. So that's gonna entice them to want to increase your overall credit limit. So that's another hack right there for those who have a low limit that want to increase it because the higher your limit, the better, right? The higher your limit, the higher other financial institution is going to want to lend you, right? And at the end of the day, we want high limit funding. We want high limit credit cards, right? Because that helps with our overall utilization. So if let's say if you have what 50K on a card and you use 30% of that, what is that? 30%. What's 30% of 50,000? So let's say you have a project and you use 15,000, that's still below 30%, right? So that's not going to affect your credit score. So the higher the limit on your credit profile, the better, right? The more you have access to because we still want to maintain, we still want to stay below 30%. Right? We want to stay below 30%. So the higher the limit, the better. If you have access to 150K, right? What's 30%? What's 30% of 150,000?
45.
Right. So now you have access to 45,000 that you can use, and it's not going to affect your credit score. Right. But if you use, let's say if you have 20K and you use the 20K, the entire 20K, that's going to drop your credit score, right? Because your utilization is going to be so low. Your overall utilization is going to be very high, I meant, right? Yeah, your overall utilization is going to be very high. So that's why we always want to push for higher limits. Even if we're getting the credit builders account, push for anything over 2,500, right? Banks love to see high limit credit cards on your credit profile. Yeah, did somebody want to say something? Okay, I thought somebody had a statement. Yeah, does anybody have any questions though? Any questions at all based upon what I just said?
Julian, can you talk more about the credit profile?
Yeah, what specific questions do you have about the credit profile? So I know what direction to go in with it.
Well, I don't know. I know you said the credit score and the credit profile is important.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know anything about what you mean by credit profile.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me grab my charger.
Okay.
All right. So credit profile. So when I talk about the credit profile, because it's not just about your credit score. That's what you guys got to realize.
Uh-huh.
Right. So somebody can have a 700 credit score, but you can have a very weak credit profile, meaning you don't have any, because what makes up your credit profile is different varieties of things that make up your credit profile, right? They want to see, you know, some of the varieties is age, right? And then your utilization. Then they want to see installment loans. They
Uh-huh.
want to see revolving, right?
Uh-huh.
Revolving credit. They want to see, so it's different aspect. They want to see primaries, right? So it's different things that makes up a solid credit profile. So right now, somebody can have a 700 credit score and have like two accounts on there or one account, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not have a mixture of accounts, which your credit profile can look weak in the bank eyes,
Uh-huh.
right? All right, let's say we have Joe over here. He has a 700 credit score, but he has a $500 limit credit card that
Uh-huh.
he's been making good payments on and everything is on time. So his credit score is good, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you have Tom over here. Tom have a high credit limit on his credit profile. He got revolving, he got installment, he has different primaries. His credit profile is beefed up, right?
Gotcha.
He have a
Uh-huh.
lot of different things, variety of credit on his credit profile, and all of them is in good standing. His utilization, everything is in good standing, right? That shows the banks that you are able to manage debt well because you
Okay.
have different things on your credit profile, right?
Gotcha.
Then Joe over here, who just got one credit card, 500 limit, and he hasn't made a payment, right? That doesn't really show, right, any financial institution that Joe proved that he is able to handle, high limit, and he's able to handle debt well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Thank you. Thank you for
Right.
clarifying.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. No problem. Does anybody have any questions?
What's the ideal amount of accounts, primary accounts, you think on a credit profile?
4 to 5 is good. 4 to 5 is good, but like I said, it's not just all about primaries, it's different mixtures, right? But primaries is one of them things that when you're trying to get access to capital, primaries is one of them things they look at, right? So, um, especially if the limit is high, you want to have primary, you want to have all your primaries at least over 2,500. If it's not, try to get it up, right? And then it's about the age as well, right? Because you guys got to realize all credit is they want to see you pay on time, overtime for a long time, right? So age plays a factor, right? You can have right now, you can have four primaries on your credit profile. You can have four primaries on your credit profile, but all of them, the age can be new, right? It could be 2 months, 3 months, right? The age can be 2, 3 months. Um, but that doesn't mean the age can be 2, 3 months. But like I said, banks, all credit is they want to see age over time. They want to see, okay, you have a high limit credit card and you've been paying this credit card for a long time and you've been in good standing with this credit card for a long time. That's what they primarily look for. Because what that shows, it shows that you're responsible. It shows that somebody lends you, let's say somebody lends you 10,000 2 years ago and you maintain that. You was able to pay it back. You kept the utilization low. You're able to manage that very well, right? Now, when you go apply loan for or for funding elsewhere, right? They're gonna look at that and say, okay, well, this person is very financially responsible. They got a 10,000 credit card 2 years ago. The utilization is below 10%, right? This is the type of person that we want to lend to. This is the type of individual that we want to give money to because we know this individual is financially literate. They understand how to maintain their credit profile. They understand what to do, right? They have a very good credit score and they have the time and the history to prove that they had this for a while. They've been doing this for a long time, right? Let's say if I had a bank and I was lending to individuals,
Uh-huh.
those are the things I'm going to look for. I want to see if it's just like if you put it in layman's terms, right? If right now you know, let's say we was in the let's just say I went to somebody, I'm like, hey bro, can you lend me some money? Can you front me some money? Can you front me 20K? Right? And let's say I don't have that person don't know me at all. They don't know me. They don't know if I'm going to pay them back or not.
Right.
Right? I don't have any history of paying them back. They don't know nobody that knows me that can vouch for me. Right? They don't have anywhere they can go to check to see if I'm responsible, that I'm gonna make something of the 20K and paying them back with interest. They don't know that. Right. So if I was somebody, if I was a financial institution, I'm gonna be thinking the same exact way. I'm not fronting you any money until I know you can pay me back, until I know you have what it takes, until I know you are financially literate, until I know that you have the mindset. Because there's certain people that have certain mindsets, right? If you have good credit, if you have the time to back it up, that means you are financially responsible, right? Just off of that, I could tell that, okay, this person right here, they are in tune when it comes to financial literacy. They know not to mess up their credit. They know these things. So I trust you more lending you my money than from somebody who who can't prove that, you know, they can't prove anything, right?
Right.
If you want 20K from me, I want to know that you're going to pay me back,
Right.
right? How can you prove it? How can you prove that you're going to, if you can't prove if you're going to pay me back, I'm not giving you a dime, right?
Right.
If I don't know you, how I don't know you're just going to run off with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's the same concept, Same concept with these financial institutions. They just want to know that you have what it takes. They just want to know you're going to pay them back. They just want to know you're financially literate. They just want to know that you're going to, whatever money that they give you, you're going to make good of it and pay them back. They just want to know that. Awesome. Does anybody have any question? Let me check the chat, see what's going on.
Hey, yeah, I got a question in regards to age trade lines.
Yeah.
Like, what's like the oldest, far as like on the years we should be looking at, like the start looking at?
The oldest.
Yeah.
So
For
if you
like
get if you're gonna get a trade line, first off, if you're gonna get a trade line, don't get a trade line if you need credit repair. Do not get a trade line because you're just gonna be wasting your time, right? I know you don't need credit repair. I'm just kind of putting it out there for everybody. But if you need credit repair, stay away from trade lines. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. It's not going to change a thing on your credit profile, right? If your credit is completely clear of any derogatory remarks, any late payments, any anything that's going to hold your score back, that's when you add trade lines. But to answer your question, Randy, you need a trade lines that is at least over 10 years old, right? 10 years minimum, I'll say. If you're just getting the trade line for the history, make sure it's over 10 years old. Right. If you got a mixture of different primaries and all you're missing, because like I said, age plays a big factor. I think it's like 30% of your overall credit score. So if you got new credit and you got a bunch of primaries, right, you can add a bunch of age trade lines on there to kind of balance things out. Right. Does that make sense?
yes, I definitely appreciate that.
Awesome. For sure, for sure. Let me see if there are any other questions. You guys have any other questions before I get into structuring out your LLC properly?
You said to stay away from trade lines as well until you have a couple primaries on there too, right?
Yeah. Because like I said, especially if you're trying to get access to capital, if you're trying to get funding, right, the banks is gonna look for primaries. Let's say you have 4 primaries on there and like you don't have the age to back that up, right? The trade lines is going to help you out just a little bit. It's going to give you fighting chances because it's going to kind of, offset the newer accounts, right? Like as far as your credit score, as far as what it's going to do, right? Because trade lines, all it's doing, the AUs is secondary accounts. Secondary accounts, you get the same effects as a primary, but it's obviously it shows up on your credit as an AU, right? As a secondary account. So the best I can do is just give you the age to your overall credit profile, which is going to increase your credit score because like I said, age is like 20 to 30% of your overall credit score. Right? Did that make sense?
Yep. Appreciate you.
No problem. No problem at all.
Question. I know they have AUs for credit cards. Do they have it for mortgages as well? I know they have for cars.
Do they have what was your question?
Authorized users for mortgages.
Yeah,
To get a house.
yeah, they should. They should, but they should, but it's not, um, maybe, maybe I would have to look into that. I would have to look into that. I've really never dealt with a mortgage primary. They probably do, but like I said, I've never looked into that. That's something I'm gonna definitely look into for sure. Awesome. I see you got your hand raised, Randy.
Yeah, as far as like the high limit AUs, what's a good high limit amount we should be looking for, like on a start out or minimum?
Uh, I mean, with the AUs, I'll say anything over 20K should be good. Anything over 20K should be good. And with the age, anything over 10 years.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Somebody said if I'm doing a credit sweep, should I pay down close accounts? Nope. If you're doing a credit sweep, don't pay anything down because you pay anything down is going to stay on your credit profile for 7 years. If you're doing a credit sweep, delete the entire account. Um, Especially if it's closed, because if it's closed, what do you like? It's going to be on your credit profile. You can't really do much, right? And plus, I don't even think you can pay down closed accounts because once it's closed, you can't unless it goes to collection. But once it's closed, you can't call the bank and say, "Hey, I know you guys closed this, but I'm ready to pay now." They're gonna tell you it's closed. So I don't think you can pay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can pay down closed accounts at all unless it goes to collection. So my advice to you is to delete the entire accounts, especially the only way I'll say keep a closed account on your credit profile is if it's helping you. But if you know you got late payments on there, delete the entire account. If you know your utilization is high on a closed account, you might as well delete the entire account. Because even if you pay it down, it's still gonna keep the late payments and it's still gonna keep the utilization on there. Because like I said, it's closed. So they're not gonna update it because it's closed. I hope that answered your question. D-Line. All right, all righty. Any other questions you guys have? All righty, let's get into let me pull this up. Get into structuring out your LLC. Boom.
Oh shit.
Where did I put that? I just had it. Hope I didn't exit it out. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me share my screen with y'all. All right. You guys don't have any questions, right? All righty. So this is where we left off at last call. Don't file your LLC until you do these. If you wasn't on the last call, um, where would we stop at? So I'm gonna just kind of zoom through it real quick because I know we kind of got in the middle of it we got started with it, but like it might be different individuals on this call. And we kind of already went over this in the past, but like I said, even if we repeat what we're saying, it's good because repetitive creates clarity.
Yes.
If you hear something more than once, two, three, four times, and you start to connect the dots more in
Uh-huh.
your head, so um A lot of the times you guys will hear me repeating myself, but that's because I understand the psychology behind it. I'm doing it. Everything I'm doing is on purpose.
Absolutely.
Hmm. So yeah, so don't file your LLC until you do these, right? So you want to choose the proper business name, right? You do not want, because first of all, you want to make sure that you're picking businesses that's in a low risk industry, right? And if you put your business name, if your business is in the high risk industry and you put the industry in the name, you give your business away, right? Just by these financial institutions looking at your business name, you're giving your business away. Right off the back, they're not going to want to fund you, right? So if let's say for example, if you was Mike Trucking LLC, right? Trucking is a high risk. So now off the back, you're gonna get denied from funding because you have trucking in your name. And they're gonna automatically assume that your your NICS code is for trucking, right? You guys want to make sure your SIC code and your NAISC, and how do I even pronounce it? I'm tripping. Right.
NAICS.
Yeah, NAICS code is in a low risk industry, right? Meaning consulting, logistic, enterprise, group, all of these different names, these different industry, these different codes is what the bank love to fund. They don't want to fund no hair company. They don't want to fund no um you know, car rental or different like industry where you think it's not going to be high risk. To them it's high risk. So you guys just do need to do your due diligence and make sure that when you are, let's say if you have a high risk business and you want funding for that business, just go ahead and create a brand new LLC, start from scratch, and put it in a category that's not high risk, right? Even if you take that funding and put it in and grow your high risk business, as long as you're in good standing with the banks, right? You're not doing nothing that's unethical. You are just trying to play the game, look good on paper, so you can get access to capital, right? I see you have your hand raised, Sherry. You have a question?
Yes, so the first LLC I made, it was Sherry Speaks.
Mhm.
Is that a good name?
Sherry Speaks. I mean, yeah, because it can fall underneath consulting,
Okay,
right? So I don't think it's a bad name.
okay,
Sherry Speaks, you can be consulting people, so you can your NAICS code can be consulting,
okay.
right? So I think you should be good. Right. So you guys want to make sure to choose the proper business name, right? And we kind of already went over why, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and just let me move this out the way. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read what I wrote. Oh, I see you got your hand raised, Andrea. You have a question?
Yeah, I use publishing in my business name. I know you said that it was a good name, but I just want to make sure.
Publishing. You have a tech company, right?
Aim to, yeah.
Okay, I think publishing it shouldn't be a high risk, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Okay.
I'm a double check after the call and I'll shoot you a text to let you know. But publishing it shouldn't be a high risk. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so like I was saying, so adding a risky business name into your business name would trigger financing denials. For example, bill bonds are restricted industry. You knowing this you don't want to name your business ABC Bills Bonds. You are better off just naming your business ABC, right? There's nothing illegal or deceptive about naming your business ABC and not adding the bonds to it, the bill bonds to it, right? Because you're giving your business away right away, knowing that bill bonds is a high risk industry. They're gonna off the back, the banks is gonna say, "Oh, it's a ABC Bills Bonds. Oh no, get out of here. We don't want to fund you," right? But if you say ABC and put it underneath a different NAICS code, what are they gonna tell you? Right? You're playing by the rules, right?
Yeah.
Right. So take away. Lending institution identify higher risk industry based upon the SIC code and the NAICS code, right? So along with reviewing of the business name. So keep your financing options open and avoid automatic turndowns and delays by carefully selecting your SIC and your NAICS codes. Make sure to name your business the right way in order to at least give it a chance to get financing. And I see you got your hand raised, Andrea. You have another question?
Oh no, sorry, I just forgot to hold on. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. All right, boom. So make sure to choose the right NAICS code, right? And NAICS stands for North American Industry Classification Code. You can get the code from NAICS.com, right? So these are low risk codes you can choose no matter what industry your business is in. Management, consultant, enterprise, logistics, right? So they're gonna ask you for your NAICS code when you go open a business checking account, right? Another thing, so before you file your LLC, obviously a lot of the times people just use their their home address, right? Before you even go file your LLC, you need to go get a virtual address that's not your home address, right? Don't do things backwards. Make sure to get a virtual office address before applying for your LLC. You don't want to wait. You don't want to go apply for your LLC, use your home address, and then try to come back on later on and try to change things, right? Because that can mess up the structure of your business. You got to realize you gotta be 100% accurate across the board with your business, right? 100% accurate, or else it can create confusions when it comes to, you getting access to capital, right? Because the bank might think that's somebody else's business. You can have one letters off and they can think that's somebody else's business. You can have a different address and they can think that's somebody else's business, right? So you want to make sure you do things properly the first way around. You don't want to go apply for your LLC, use your home address, and then come later on down the road, you figure out nobody want to lend you because they see that you don't have a legit business because it's running out of your home, and then you want to go back and change things around. Now you have to get it updated with the IRS. You got to go get it updated with the Secretary of State. You got to go, get it updated with everything across the board, right? Which is a lot of headache and a lot of work. So just make sure you do it correctly the first time around so you can avoid all the headaches, right? And then free game. So it's better when you get virtual offices in places where there's a lot of credit unions, a lot of banks, right? So try to get virtual offices in areas where there's a lot of where you can see that there's a lot of credit unions or a lot of banks in that area. Because when you close by, that give you a higher chance of them wanting to fund you. This free game. You guys have any questions so far? Let me check the chat. Yep, Bernie said I lend in mines the same parking lot as Wells Fargo. Great. Awesome. That's great. All right, let me see. So yeah, so you want to get a professional email address, right? You don't want to register your business using a Gmail. They're not going to take your business serious. They want to see info at whatever.com or .org or .net or whatever. Just don't use a Gmail because it makes you look unprofessional, right? So you want to go make sure you go to GoDaddy or go to wherever site that you feel like you want to use. Make sure to get a professional business email address. So that way, when you go to file your LLC, you already have the address to connect to your LLC, right? You don't, like I said, you don't want to go file because a lot of the times what people do, they just go file their LLC and then they don't have any of these things lined up, and now they got to go back and try to change things when it's a lot of headache to go back and try to change things. Now, in the process of you changing things, you might get a couple things wrong across the board. Now your business is in hot waters. Somebody said, I thought Gmail creates email for you for business. Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend. I mean, if it's not .com, right? If Gmail just started doing that, then yeah, if they gonna give you a .com or strictly that's connected to your business, then I'll say yeah. But if not, no, go to a site that's gonna give you a professional email address for sure. Okay, I'll go ahead. That's the chat. Hope you guys are taking notes, screenshots, whatever you guys are doing. Make sure you guys are soaking this information in because it's important when you're structuring out your business profile or your LLC. Another thing you want to do. Another thing you want to do is get a professional phone number, right? These are the different sites you can go to get a professional phone number. Randy, what site did you use to get your phone number for your business?
That was Opus, I believe. Opus.com, Opus Virtual.
Okay, yeah. I got it right here as well. Opus Virtual Office. So yeah, so this is the different sites you guys can go to be able to get a phone number, right? You can get two phone numbers if you want to look even better on paper, right? You can get a local number, you can get a 1-800 number. And then another thing you want to do, you want to list your business phone number on 411 for public records. So when you go apply when you're trying to get access to capital, you could get denied if you don't have a professional phone number, right? And they're not going to tell you that's why you got denied. It could be something as simple as that. They are not going to tell you, hey, you just go update the phone. Nah, they're not going to tell you, right? And if you have a phone number and they can't look it up in public records on 411.com and they can't connect that phone number to your business, you're gonna get denied. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. You will get denied, right? Now you don't know why you got denied. You like, what? My credit is good. I got this going. Why did you guys deny me? Well, sir, we're gonna send you a letter in the mail, telling you why. And I bet you they're not gonna tell you why. But what they are gonna do is flag your business so other banks can see you're not professional. And then now it's going to be hard for you to get funding across the board with that business. So it's better when you do things properly the first way around, because all of these things I'm telling you guys, the bank is assuming that you're already going to know these things because it's simple business structure. So if you don't even have these simple business structure, they're going to say, okay, you're not serious. You're not running a professional business. Why would I give you 50K when you can't even structure your business properly? Why would I give you money when you're not taking your business serious? You don't have the proper structure, right? So you guys sometimes you guys got to put yourself in the lender's shoes. Would you lend somebody money that you're not sure about? You probably won't, right? If would you lend somebody if you seen one red flag, would you lend somebody 20K if you seen one red flag that's like, I don't know if this person is, you probably will not. So you got to put yourself in that. See, with me, what I like to do, I like to put myself in other people's shoes and see things from other people's perspective. That's going to give you even more clarity. When you guys start doing that, you start putting yourself in other people's shoes and looking at things from their perspective. That's going to give you even way more clarity. Right. And in this community, it's about clarity. We want everybody to have clarity. Somebody said, can you use a second phone number? Does it need to be 1-800? I mean, it looks good. 1-800 number makes you look more, you know, you can have a local number. 1-800 number is more so across the board, right? So yeah, that can help you. That can give you a better chance. If it's 1-800, you can have a local and you can have a 1-800. If you're gonna have two, make sure you have a local and make sure to have a 1-800. All right, awesome. Does anybody have any questions before I move forward? All right, awesome. All right. Let me move this out the way. Um, all right. So once you guys have all of those things we just went over, then you can go to file your LLC, right? When filing your LLC, now you have all the required information to structure your LLC the right way, right? Now you're not winging it. You're not like, oh, I'm going to use my home address, or I'm going to use a Gmail real quick, or I'm going to do this real quick, or I'm going to, right? Now you realize you just did all of that. You can't get funding because bank is going to look at you like, what the heck are you doing? Like, you really think I'm going to give you access to capital when you don't even know what you're doing? Right? Now you want to go back and try to change things up. And it's like, oh, well, you should have known in the first place. Right? So, always keep that in mind. Do you guys have any questions? All right, awesome. So again, so make sure all your information match across the board. You don't want to get denied because your business name and your information don't match across the board. They will deny you, right? If you have let's say they look up your business, they look up, let's say your business is Julius LLC or whatever, right? And they look you up on 411 and they see you got the S, you don't have the S on the Julius LLC. You're gonna get denied. All right. Or they see and they can even deny you if you don't have the LLC. So if you're gonna use the LLC, use that across the board. So now if you just have Julius, you might get denied. If your business is Julius LLC and you have Julius, unless you're doing business as Julius, right? If you're doing business as Julius, that's a different story. But if you don't put that on paper that you're doing business as Julius and you just have Julius, that can get you denied. Right? All right. So two documents you need once you file your LLC. So you need you need a registered agent. It's not necessary, but it makes you look more professional. Right. You also want to make sure you have an operating agreement. So operating agreement is just pretty much it's an agreement saying how your business is structured out. So if you have a two-member LLC, right, you have that in the operating agreement. Right. You can also, let's say if you have bad credit, this is another hack right here. If you have bad credit and you know somebody who have good credit, you can put them in your operating agreement and have them co-sign on your behalf to get access to capital. Right? But that's gonna be somebody that really, really trusts you because it's gonna be hard to find somebody to sign for you to get out funding on for your business to get funding on their behalf unless that person was also own a part of the business. So yeah, you could put that in the operating agreement. If somebody owns a part of your business and they have good credit and you have bad credit and everything is structured, you can have that person sign on your behalf to get access to capital. I see you have your hand raised, Takita.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what an operating agreement, a registered agent was.
You said you did not know what a registered agent was?
Mm-mm. I don't know what that is. Do you mind breaking it down, please?
Yes.
I'll
So
Google it.
no, I got you. You could Google it if you want as well, but just to simplify, a registered agent is somebody that's registering the business on your behalf. Because when you register your business, it's public record. So for privacy purposes, you don't want your address in public records, your home address, right? So if let's say for example, if Takita, you're registering the business, they're gonna ask you for your home address, whoever is registering the business. So now if you have your home address on file, right? I can go look it up right now and see who, if Takita owns this business, there go her address right there. Right. So it's just for privacy purposes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so just for more clarity, a registered agent is just somebody that's registering the business on your behalf. So your information can stay private. All right. All righty. I mean, yeah. So yeah, we went through every single thing. Um, as far as what you need to do, before you go file your LLC, right? These are the things that you need to put in position. These are the things that you need to do before you file your LLC, so you can look great on paper because it's all about looking good on paper. That's how they determine whether you're legit or not, right? They can't discriminate against you. They're gonna look at your paperwork to see if everything is structured. If everything is structured, then hey, all right, let's move on to the next step. But if they found one little flaw, they're like, this person don't know what they're doing. Get up out of here. We don't want to do any business with you. Right? So, do you guys have any question? Any question? Everything we just went over. You guys have any question? Let me check the chat. See what's going on. Uh, I see you got your hand raised, Andrea.
Yeah. So I don't yet have a phone number.
Hmm.
Is that a must, or can I use a Google Voice phone number in the meantime, or must I have a 1-800 number?
So, since you're coming through us and you're getting access to capital through us, right? And since we're doing the no docs for right now, you should be good, right? Because just off the strength of the relationship that we have with these financial institutions, they're not gonna really, pay attention to that, right? They're just gonna go for your personal credit. So for what you want to do right now, I would say, you should be good. But later on down the road, if you want to get access, to capital elsewhere, these are the things that needs to be in position.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. All right, let me see what Rio said. Can the owner of the business be a registered agent, or it has to be someone different? Yeah, you could be your own registered agent, but like I said, your address is going to be on public records. It just, with the registered agent, it just create privacy, right? Meaning if somebody wants to come sue you, they don't know who own the business, right? So if somebody want to come sue you and they say, who owns this business? Oh, well, there go Rio. Here's his address. I'm about to serve him this letter, right? But as a registered agent, they can't come find your address and they got to go after the LLC. They can't come after you and your personal belongings. I hope that answered your question. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. If you guys have any questions, ask away before we wrap up for the night. But is everything clear though? Is everything that I'm saying clear? If everything I'm saying clear 100%, you guys just drop clarity in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody have clarity. Just comment clear in the chat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Clear, clear, clear. You have a question, Takita?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in the process where I'm trying to get these closed accounts off of my credit report. I did 2 rounds already off using another website, but I did submit the 9 letters that you told me to go ahead and use. What's the turnaround on that? Is it quicker? I forgot. That's quicker, right? Those 9 letters?
When you say the 9 letters, what do you like?
The credit, I consider them credit suites, the
Oh,
towards
okay. The affidavit and everything
yeah,
yeah, that's gonna get you right. That's
like in like 15 days.
less than 30.
Okay.
30 or less. It could be sooner, but you know, by law, credit bureaus have to investigate and take anything off your credit report in less than 30 days. If they don't, they got 30 days to give you results, right? By law. So it's usually around 30 days.
Even if it's shut down like they said it is. They said that that office is shut down from what I've been hearing.
The office, what do you mean?
The credit bureau office, that they put a hold on things. But that's just what they're saying. I'm not 100% certain behind that.
The credit, which one? All three is shut down?
Not shut down. Like I said, I don't like to run up rumors. It's just something I've been hearing around, but I'll just wait. I was just hoping that it would be faster. But I'll wait for the 30 days.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard at any like the credit. What I've heard is the CFBP is on pause,
Yeah.
or but I haven't not the credit bureaus. Is
Okay.
that what you're referring to, the CFP?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The CFPB is different from the credit bureaus. The CFPB are government agencies that go after the credit bureaus if they're not playing by the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fingers crossed, 15 to 30 days then.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, y'all. Well, going once, going twice. Anybody have any questions before we wrap it up for the night? All righty. Well, this was a very informative call. I hope you guys took a lot from this call. I hope you guys took notes. I hope you guys have clarity. I'll go ahead, Sid. I see you got your hand raised.
Yeah, I sent you a message. I got everything in order for my letters, but the CFPB, like, according to what the last person said, like, they responded to me via mail, so I don't know if I should still send them.
Yeah, if they're responding to you, then yeah, they're still. So when you say they respond, what do you mean? If you should still send what, the letters?
Yeah, they responded to me via email and mail.
So what are you referring to sending? Are you talking about like sending the letters to the credit bureaus?
Yeah,
Yeah, the credit bureaus have nothing to do with the CFBP. All right, so let me just so everybody have clarity. The credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian is not connected to the CFPB. The CFPB, because you got to realize, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, they're private companies. The CFPB is a government agency. That government agency is on the consumer side. So if you send in your dispute letters and you don't get the results you're looking for, then you go to the CFBP and say, hey, look, these folks over here is not doing what they're supposed to do. Right. And then the CFBP go after them to do what they're supposed to do. But before you do anything with the CFPB, you send in dispute letters to the credit bureaus first. So to answer your question, send in those letters because the CFPB is only the credit bureaus can take things off your credit profile, right? The CFPB can go after them and enforce the law and make them do it, but you're not sending things to the CFBP to dispute. The CFBP don't have access to your credit profile. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
yeah, appreciate it. But do I gotta as at least freeze my credit before I send it, or just send it?
Just send it. The letters I'm giving you, just send those letters. And then once we get results back, if it's not the results that we want, then we start doing those other things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Do you guys have any question? Any more question before we wrap it up for the night? All righty. All righty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This was a pretty good call. I hope, like I said, I hope everybody got clarity that's on the call. That's what these Zoom calls is about. Because a lot of the time there's a lot of people out there that just, will want to do your credit repair, want to do this, but they don't give you clarity on what's going on. Right? Having clarity is going to help you guys in so many different ways because it's going to help you maintain your credit score. It's going to help you understand what's going on. Right? So because if you don't have clarity and wisdom and understanding, you're lost, right? You don't know like what's what. You're just assuming things. And if you're just assuming things, you don't have clarity, that's bad, especially when it comes to your financial health. So you guys make sure to tune in with these Zoom meetings, right? Get the clarity, ask the questions, even if it's repetitive. Even if we talk about the same thing next week, you might get some things from it next week that you probably didn't pay attention to on this call, right? So, yeah. So I hope everything was clear. I hope you guys got full clarity. I hope everybody understand how to structure out the business properly to be able to pass underwriting, right? And Yeah, let me see what somebody said in the chat. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, awesome, guys. Was a great call, and I will see you guys on the call on Thursday. All right, everybody.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you, Julius.
Bet.
Thanks, Julius.
No problem at all. All right, guys.